We have with us Mr. Kaul from UNO Minda. He is the president and business head of UNO Minda Aftermarkets. What is the biggest change happening in automotive aftermarket today? What kind of skills are hardest to find in today's automotive service and repair ecosystem? Do you think that service ecosystem is really ready for EVs right now?
Well, my answer is no, I don't think so. But knowing the ecosystem, the ingenuity of the Indian entrepreneur, I'm sure, and will combined with brands like UNO Minda, I think the combination will ensure that even before the bulk of the consumers need those services, they will be ready.
If you could change one thing in automotive training in India, what would it be? If you had to choose, what matters right now? Better tools or better training? We have with us Mr. Kaul from UNO Minda. He is the president and business head of UNO Minda Aftermarkets. As we are, understanding this ecosystem here, from where you stand, what is the biggest change happening in automotive aftermarket today?
I'll break it down into two major parts. One part is the evolution of the informed consumer. Second part is the evolution of the technology itself, and hence once technology evolves, the ability of the larger independent aftermarket to provide efficient services, that also needs to evolve. So coming to the first part, which is how do we see the consumer taste or even consumer preferences evolve. Initially you had your trusted mechanic, probably a family would end up going to the same guy because you have certain degree of comfort and they would suggest parts to you. Probably you would not even ask what brand of parts he's putting. But one major shift we see is probably also because of information being available easily. The information asymmetry which existed earlier before the digital era has changed now. Consumers are better aware. They probably ask more probing questions. Why is something required? Why is it required in my vehicle? So with that, the preference for quality, a feature which it gets enhanced, or longevity, or what benefit, why this, why not that, those questions are started coming up. And people are more aware about what kind of players exist. Of course, like any other industry, you have the unstructured market, you have the structured market. So there is a good mix like any other industry. So here people know exactly what, in most cases, they know exactly what they want or what they are buying. They don't know what they want, but they at least know what they're buying. So for companies for whom the anchor is quality and product performance or range, those companies are seeing higher than market growth rates, which is leading to better companies cornering a larger portion of the market, and the unstructured, or I would say less reliant on quality brands to sort of slightly go down in terms of how the share of business is split. The second part, of course, which is a massive change, is that the product will change. Now, earlier it was mostly hardware. Now, if you look at it, it's a lot of electronics, it's a lot of firmware, software, and the marriage of mechanical parts in that.
Correct.
So increasingly, at the dashboard of a vehicle car, let's say, or now even two-wheelers, I started looking at aircraft cockpits now. Now, in order to be able to repair it efficiently, the level of skill and the tools they have, both have to evolve. Now, diagnostics in a complex vehicle cannot be hit and try. It has to be very pinpointed, and which modern vehicles allow you to do. Through OBD, they allow you to do that. So the ecosystem outside of the company service centers has to evolve, and we can already see that it is evolving. Your neighborhood mechanic at a small scale can probably change your brake pad, change your filters, do your regular servicing, but slightly more organized players are the ones which will be able to do diagnostics, which will be able to pinpoint specifically what is required rather than a hit and try.
Yeah.
Now, if you compare two sets of consumers with the same problem, one going to a slightly more organized independent aftermarket service provider versus a, let's say, less evolved one, the turnaround time of how long your vehicle stays in the garage will be drastically lower in the one, because they'll straight come to the problem. The vehicle allows you to diagnose and they'll be able to offer you better solutions. So this is still an evolving space, and I believe that this will continue to define how the market is from 5 years from now. People will have to change. Brands like us will have to partner with the larger ecosystem for them to stay relevant, for consumers to get service or service standards which they expect.
Yeah. Talking about the complexity of customers today, and like you said, there is less asymmetry in information now. How do you see the skill ecosystem of India? What kind of skills are hardest to find in today's automotive service and repair ecosystem?
So I believe the second part which I spoke about, that is, I won't call it a skill gap, but it has to evolve further, because we're talking about sensors, we're talking about software, we're talking about, so the neighborhood garage, which probably does bulk of the work right now, if they want to continue doing that work, they will have to evolve. And it is not just their responsibility. It is the responsibility of the larger ecosystem of market leaders like UNO Minda, who will have to partner, who will have to coach, who will have to guide, and see how people are ready for the next generation of vehicles, two-wheelers, four-wheelers, even commercial vehicles, where people know exactly what to do when a vehicle comes into their garage. And I believe it's a joint responsibility of the whole aftermarket ecosystem to upgrade those partners as well.
Do you think that service ecosystem is really ready for EVs right now, and also considering the complexities in aftermarket ecosystem?
Probably EV, one answer is no, I don't think so, but then that's also because there was no need for it till now. Typically the EVs which have been sold have been with multi-year warranties, and typically the thumb rule which happens in aftermarket is mostly till your vehicle is in warranty, you end up going to the company service center. It's generally after your vehicle clocks those kilometers or clocks the number of years that you are open to the idea of going to independent aftermarket workshops. But what I said about the evolving digitization vehicles, that is almost 100% true for EVs, because the base platform itself is completely software and hardware driven. So the evolution will happen. The reason you don't see it right now is because there's hardly any population which is out of warranty. EV itself is in nascency. The largest penetration is three-wheelers. Second largest is two-wheelers. Three-wheelers, probably the larger population is not exactly which goes to the service center back. These are typically what you see outside metro stations. Those typically are not very high-tech, but a good two-wheeler coming from a reputed brand is most probably still in warranty. And hence there's nobody looking for an alternate service provider. But knowing the ecosystem and the ingenuity of the Indian entrepreneur, I'm sure, and will combined with brands like UNO Minda, I think the combination will ensure that even before the bulk of the consumers need those services, they will be ready. We've already started kind of receiving a lot of interest from business partners, where they're saying there are specific brands of two-wheeler EVs which are in the market. They are looking for certain parts. Can we provide them those? Albeit very nascent stage, but yes, those things have started coming to us.
So like you said, it's still in its nascent stage. What do you think is one misconception people have about automotive aftermarket?
So as in the beginning I said the evolution, the discerning consumer. that discerning consumer, part of that evolution, of course, is information which is available right now.
Right.
But it's also this typical mistrust people have about what are they putting in the vehicle.
Right. Right.
It's a black box, right?
Right.
As in, people who are not in this field,
Yeah.
they won't really
Understand
what is happening.
Yeah.
So that's why this, in the older days, you had this garage,
Yeah.
which was probably like a family doctor. You had a
Doctor.
family
Yeah.
garage.
Absolutely.
So that trust, I think, is one thing which, because let's say newer areas come up, a new sector opens up in some city, a new city comes up.
Yeah.
Now, all the inhabitants are new. There's no family mechanic you have there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, who to trust, who not to trust,
Yeah.
it comes mostly from hit and trial.
Right.
And that's what scares people.
Right.
What if this guy is not right?
Right.
So they look for references. But thanks to digitization, the reviews, even people put reviews online.
Yeah.
A lot of garages have themselves gone online.
Right.
So people are free to comment. That to some extent helps. But it's also how well brands like us partner with them.
Right.
So we have some degree, if not certification, but some degree of skill to
Yeah.
ensure
Right.
and ensure that quality parts are available. in this.
Right. Right.
And they understand the benefit
Right.
of selling a quality part versus a chalu part.
Correct.
Because then they will understand that the trust is hard earned. That one area. Second is the question we spoke about is that my car is modern.
Yeah.
It has a lot of electronics. Can this neighboring guy do it or not?
Hmm.
That doubt will always stay till they're able to exhibit or demonstrate that this can be done.
Right. So as a thought leader of UNO Minda today, I would like to ask you this. If you could change one thing in automotive training in India, what would it be?
I would say there is no comprehensive or structured, like if I can give a parallel to an education industry, you have an ITI, you
Right.
have a diploma courses.
Yeah.
I think with the evolving need, I don't think people can learn everything on the job. Like you have a Bada Ustad, Chota Ustad.
Correct.
The Chota Ustad is an apprentice of the Bada Ustad.
Correct.
Over 3 years, 4 years, he learns and then he becomes
Then
Bada.
how it goes? Yeah.
I think that knowledge transfer cannot happen because the Bada Ustad himself doesn't know it.
Yeah.
Because Bada Ustad becomes Bada Ustad over years of learning on the
Right.
job.
Right.
Now this is it's a step break in between
Right.
with what the new vehicles are coming as.
Hmm.
So there, I think we as industry or UNO Minda as a brand, as market leader, will have to step up and see what we combine along with a lot of automotive bodies can, and there's some work which is already happening on that front through the industry bodies, where we can see how we can upgrade, enhance the skill set, the knowledge base of these partners.
Yeah.
Eventually, the market leaders are also the thought leaders.
Yeah.
So you are the ones who have to drive it.
Correct.
So that I think will be one challenge which we have to overcome for this thriving independent aftermarket to do better and keep servicing customers in a very efficient and low cost manner.
I would like to ask you one last question, and it is connected to the same thing. If you had to choose, what matters right now? Better tools or better training?
It's a bit of a tricky question because training will take you to a point.
Right.
In modern vehicles and even more modern vehicles which will come, training will teach you how to use the tools.
Right.
Because you cannot work without the tools. That's how it is. If
Right.
you, as in a hardware, you can open and look into it.
Right.
Something electronic, you have to know exactly where there's kilometers of wiring inside.
Yeah.
Everything is connected to sensors.
Yeah.
So you can't do it manually, or even if you can, it won't be efficient.
Right.
People won't leave their cars for weeks with you.
Yeah.
So tools are super efficient, like any other thing in our life.
Yeah.
So you need tools and training both.
Right.
For now, immediately, at least we need to get people trained.
Yeah.
And then the follow-up of that is how to give them tools
Right.
which are suitable for them to do an efficient and cost-effective job of servicing customers.
Right. It was pleasure speaking to you, Mr. Kaul.
Pleasure was
Thank you
mine, sir.
so
Thank you
much
so
for
much.
your time.
Thank you so much.
I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much.
much.